Google ad reps told me to change these settings and it absolutely killed my campaign. I'm talking the lead cost doubled, the calls dropped, the lead quality went to crap, and the entire thing fell apart in less than 48 hours. And here's the worst part. Most business owners and even agencies are getting told the same exact thing right now by Google ad reps. So in this video, I'm going to show you what the Google reps told me to do, why it destroyed the campaign, and how I was able to fix the campaign and bring the results back within 24 hours. So if you are running Google ads, you cannot afford to skip this. Now, for context, the Google reps actually told my clients to change these settings. They had reached out to my clients just like how Google ad reps have been probably reaching out to you and saying, hey, we have strategies, we noticed some things to improve, and we recommend these changes to your settings. And when you go and apply these changes, you think that these reps are on your side and they're calling you to try to help you, but essentially they are trying to get more control of your campaign. And so what happens when you apply these strategies that they are recommending to you, they have more control of your campaign, and essentially your campaign doesn't perform as well as it might have been before. So if you are experiencing this, then let me show you how to fix all of this. So my name is Jordan, and me and my team have managed over $17 million in ad spend. So we have a lot of data on what works and what doesn't. So that way you can skip the learning curve and go straight into generating results within the first week of using our system. Now, the first thing that Google reps told me to do, or in this case, my client to do, and they were just so excited they took their advice, was they changed their bidding strategy. All right. So the bidding strategy, so the Google reps told my clients to essentially change the bidding strategy to max clicks. And then these reps have suggested you to use any bidding strategy outside of max conversions or manual CPC, which they never do actually, because they don't want any of their advertisers to manually bid on their own, campaign. Essentially, Google wants to be in control of your bidding strategy through using automated bidding strategies. So that way they are in control of what you're spending per click. And essentially that is why you're spending more than what you could be on these clicks and getting traffic, okay? Google's goal for you is to just generate you traffic and charge you for that traffic or those clicks. They don't understand that we don't care for traffic. We don't care for clicks. We want revenue coming in. We want to generate new customers and new leads. Now, Google is a business, one of the most profitable businesses in the world, and they make their money from advertisers paying them to advertise on their platform. So what they do is they try to charge you as much as possible for traffic and clicks. That's all they care about. If you are not using maximize conversion or manual CPC, you are essentially going to be wasting money, okay? Now, if you are using maximize conversion, I like to take this a step further and actually use what's called target CPA. Now, CPA stands for cost per action, okay? And the cost per action is essentially your conversion. So once you have enough data, you can start using target CPA, and you can essentially tell Google, hey, here's what my average cost per lead is. Go out there, bid for me, and get me more of my leads, okay? So Google algorithm will work with you if you have the data to do it. Now, with Google reps, they don't know, they're not in your account every single day. They don't really care, to be honest. Their goal is to get you to spend more money on their platform. I'm sure they get some sort of bonus or some sort if they get their advertisers to spend more money on the platform. So unless we have data, we can use target CPA. Now, in the beginning, if we don't have data, say you have a new campaign, maybe you've been running it for, just a few weeks, a month, and you just don't have a lot of data yet, then what I would do is actually use manual CPC. Okay, and manual CPC allows you to bid on every single click and what you want to pay for on the specific keyword. And so once we build up our manual CPC to about 30 consistent conversions per month, then that is sufficient data to start using target CPA. So once you start generating about 30 conversions per month, you then just look at the last 30 days, see what those average cost per lead was for you, or average cost per conversion, whatever it is that you're measuring for your business. But in this case, I'm talking about leads. So whatever your average cost per conversion, cost per lead is, then we would just tell Google that you want to use target CPA and just plug in that number. Last 30 days, my average cost per lead was $150. So target CPA would be $150. And so from there, you're allowing Google to automatically bid for you, because essentially you already know what the end goal is. So Google is going to get you as many leads as possible possible at that average cost per lead of $150. Now, Google, like I said before, they're going to suggest to use maximize clicks and some sort of other strategy. Sometimes they'll even recommend max conversions. But if you don't have data in the beginning, then essentially Google is just guessing what a conversion is to you and how much a click is. So they're really just guessing. Okay, so unless you have data, then maximize conversion and target CPA would be a good route to go. But if you're just starting out, maximize conversion might not be the best route because you don't have any data yet. Now, the second thing that Google ad reps suggested to do was to start using broad match keywords. Now, broad match keywords is the silent killer of your campaign. So if you are targeting some sort of broad match keywords, or if Google suggested to change your keywords to target more broadly with your keyword targeting, this is going to destroy your campaign, because what's going to happen is you're going to start getting broad traffic. You're going to get irrelevant clicks. So essentially, you're gonna get broad and irrelevant traffic going through your campaign. And so you're gonna be spending so much money on traffic, essentially, that are not even converting into leads or customers for your business. And so like I said, Google's goal is to generate you traffic. They wanna charge you and make you pay for that traffic. And that is why almost all Google ad reps will tell you to target broad match keywords. They've been launching new things called such as AI Max or enhanced, I like to call it enhanced CPC, that uses AI to automatically bid for you and get you the traffic that you actually want. Now, I've tested these theories and I've ran these ads, so I gave them the benefit of the doubt and said, hey, you know what? These are new features. These are AI, they are machine learning. So safe to say that these traffic should be better for our clients. Well, I was completely wrong. We did test out the AI Max and we did try out enhanced CPC, and they just put in these like AI words and make it sound fancy and make it sound like you're up to date with the marketing efforts. But at the end of the day, Google is just trying to generate you more traffic and not actually more leads, okay? Because there's so many businesses that are advertising on their platform. There's no way that their reps are inside of your ad account every single day and have an understanding of what it is that you want as a business, okay? So broad match keywords is a no-go. And so to fix this, I would just stick with either phrase match or exact match. These are the only two keywords types that you should be using and targeting inside your campaign. And this is gonna help you clean up the traffic a little bit better. So that way, when the traffic does come, they are much more likely to actually convert into customers for your business. Now, I wanted to dive in a little bit deeper in the maximize conversions. And if you're not using targeted cost per action or TCPA, and if you're targeting broad match keywords, what it's going to lead to is essentially you're gonna get irrelevant traffic that we talked about. And Google is going to essentially get the cheapest junk leads for your business. So if you ever see you're getting more traffic, you're getting more clicks, and maybe you're generating more leads, but these leads are pretty much junk for your business, they have no use, they're not generating you any revenue. Google's goal is they think that, hey, we're generating you leads, that must be good and you must like it, right? And so they don't understand the quality of these leads as well. So if you are generating junk leads, and these two are the main game changers right here to fix that issue. Now, the third thing is location expansion. Google is going to try to get you to target more service areas or expand your location. They're already trying to implement you to target more broad match keywords and things like that. And what's going to happen is you get people outside of service areas. So if you ever generated leads or outside your service areas, they're not within the areas that you service, then this is a reason why right here. You want to stick with tight targeting. You want to target a radius or specific cities that you service in. And don't allow Google to be more broad in that and focus on getting traffic. We don't care for traffic. We just want high intentional leads that are going to essentially call us and hire our services. Now, the fourth and last thing here is that Google is going to recommend to turn on search partners. And essentially search partners is, if you've ever been to a website and you see like random ads in the corner or random spaces on a website, they are essentially partners of Google. When you click on those random advertisement on those websites, essentially Google gets paid for that. And so what happens is you generate low intent and low quality traffic, okay? So by turning on search partners, you generate low intent and low quality traffic. That is not what we want. So you get cheap volume, low to zero ROI, and you're essentially going to waste your budget. And we want to make sure that we have search partners turned off. So here are my recommended settings for Google Ads if you want to have a profitable Google campaign. So the first thing you want to do is use manual CPC or target CPA. Okay, now target CPA is essentially an extension of maximize conversions. You got to click on using maximize conversion bidding, and then you'll have the option to target CPA. And from there, once you have minimum of 30 conversions per month, we'll know what your average cost per lead is. We'll take your average cost per conversion or cost per lead, plug that into the target CPA here, and then Google will do the automated bidding for you. Now, outside of that, I would not recommend using max clicks. I don't really even care to use maximize conversions if it's a newer campaign and you don't have a lot of data on it. It's just not going to perform as well as if you did have data on your Google Ads campaign. So obviously, the more you spend on your campaigns, the better your algorithm is going to be over time, and your campaigns get smarter, it improves over time. Now, the second setting needs to be your exact and phrase match keywords only. Okay, do not use any sort of broad match keywords ever. Okay, it doesn't matter if you've been running it, if it's a new campaign or if the campaign's been running for a while. I would really maximize, the exact and phrase match keywords as much as possible. Now, if you're just trying to get traffic and just trying to get eyeballs and get drive as much traffic as possible to your website, that's when you use broad match keywords. But it is such a waste of money if you are trying to generate high quality traffic and essentially high quality leads. Stay away from broad match. The third thing I would recommend is have an aggressive, and I'm talking a really aggressive negative keywords list, okay? And negative keywords list essentially filters out your clicks. It filters out the traffic that are coming in. So for example, if you are getting a lot of calls from people who are looking for jobs, then you would want to add the word job to the negative keywords list. So that way, whenever someone is searching up for, let's say, plumbing job near me or something along those lines, your ad isn't going to show and you're not wasting money on those clicks. Another example is if you are getting a lot of calls from your campaign where people are searching for your competitors, right? So they might be searching for Paul's law firm and you are not Paul. And essentially you're paying for that click for someone who's already have someone in mind, like they already know who to hire, who they want to call. We don't want to be paying for those type of clicks or traffic. So we need to be adding the word Paul to your negative keywords list. So on average for our negative keywords list that we run for our clients, we have a minimum of 2,000 negative keywords list. Now, obviously that is to an extreme. We manage over $17 million in ad spend. So we have a lot of data to filter out and clean up the traffic. For you, it might be a couple hundred or a couple thousand. That's a great start. But I've audited so many campaigns where they might only have 20 to 30, 40, 50 negative keywords. And that's just not going to filter out the traffic enough for you to have good, clean, quality traffic that's going to turn into new business for you. Now, the fourth thing is location targeting. We want to make sure that we have a tight radius. We want to make sure that we have a tight radius or tight specific cities that you are targeting. You want to only target areas that you service, obviously, right? So don't target areas that are where you're just expanding for no reason and just trying to get more traffic. Start with a tight radius first and try to maximize those areas. And then if you feel like you still are lacking traffic and you want more traffic, then that's when we should start expanding areas. But in the beginning, I don't really recommend to target such a large area. Just focus on your highest converting areas or zip codes and start there, and then you can always expand later on. All right, so the fifth recommended setting I have for you here is 1 ad group per service, okay? It needs to be 1 ad group per service. If you are advertising multiple services, you do not want all your services to be under 1 ad group. And I see people make this mistake so many times. If you have 4 different services, each one of those services need to have its own ad group. And the reason for that is because Google is going to rate your ads based off its relevance score. So if you are targeting a bunch of services in 1 ad group, it's not going to be very relevant to the user, because if they search up for a specific service and you are showing them 3 or 4 different services that you offer is not going to be as relevant to the user. So we want to be hyper targeted, hyper focused, one ad group per service for your business. Number 6 is you want to have conversion tracking in place. Okay, so I noticed that about 70 to 75% of business owners who run ads themselves are not conversion tracking or not tracking conversions properly. They're flying blind, they're not tracking the calls, they don't know which keyword, which ad produced that lead or that conversion for their business. So it is very, very important to know where the calls are coming from and what's generating you leads and essentially you new revenue. And that way we could see what's working and what's not working so we can leave on the winners and turn off the losers. Without tracking your conversion, you're not going to be able to scale your campaign and you're not going to be able to scale your business. Tracking conversions is the most important thing one of the most important things that you can be doing for your business. And the last thing here is having a high converting landing page. This is so extremely important. I have a specific piece of content on my YouTube channel that talks and dives in really deeply on what a high converting landing page is and how it helps your business. And so many business owners are not doing this. And even if you have a marketing agency that's running your ads, chances are you don't have a high converting landing page. And this is another silent killer for your Google Ads campaign. So you want to make sure you have a high converting landing page that you're sending traffic to, and you want to make sure that's mobile friendly and that you have a strong call to action in the top fold of your high converting landing page. Without a high converting landing page, your Google Ads campaign will not work no matter how well you implement the previous 6 steps. You can put together your Google Ads campaign the right way perfectly, but if you don't have a high converting landing page, your campaign is just not going to be profitable. It's not going to perform as well as it could. So if these tips were helpful to you whatsoever, drop a thumbs up on this video. And if you want my agency to take over for you and run your ads, set it all up, run it, make sure that the conversion trackings are all in place, then check out the first link in the description. We can help you get results as early as within the first week of turning on our system, just because we have so much data on what works, what doesn't. So that way you can skip the learning curve and start generating new calls within the first week of turning on our system. Now, if you are someone who wants to learn this themselves, you want to understand what's going on inside your campaign and you don't want to rely on another marketing company, then check out my mentorship program. I literally teach you how to put all this system entirely together for you, and I literally hold your hand and walk you through and give you feedback how to optimize your campaigns and all that good stuff so that you can own and run a profitable Google Ads campaign yourself. And let me know what the Google reps recommended you to do that ruined your campaign in the comment section below. I read all of my comments and I will try to help you as much as possible. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more Google Ads strategies to have a profitable campaign. I'll see you in the next video.